To the Midday Meltdown with J&J Video Reacts.
we need a new garbage disposal.
Ah, okay.
Next week.
Thank you. Okay, shout out to Anthony King. Thank you so much, Anthony King, because guess what? And I'm not going to let this trigger me. This is, I love this because this is a prime situation. This is a prime situation. I just found out from my lovely wife that Anthony King let her know that there was no audio because I forgot to unmute myself. So I've been talking for 10 minutes and no one heard a damn thing I was saying. It was good shit. But I'm not triggered. I'm not triggered. What would have been proven by me getting triggered? What would have changed? Would that have unmuted the audio button? Would that have unmuted the mic? Me getting angry? In the aftermath of it now, me getting angry about it, what would it do? So I'm going to go back to what I was saying. Anger. All right. Anger is something that I used to manage my team when I ran a sales team in corporate America. I had a team of about 20 people. And what would happen is, I would be very passionate about teaching them how to sell the product that we were selling. Because if they didn't get paid, I didn't get paid. Okay. And, when you make it a personal, because we're all selfish by nature. We are. We can be selfless, but at the end of the day, it is about us. And I learned that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. If you don't invest in helping someone elevate, what do you get out of your life? You can elevate yourself, yeah, but elevate the village. Be there together. And that was my philosophy with my team. I'm like, listen, you guys, BG&E, well, at the time, BG&E, your electric company doesn't care that, you were nonchalant about hitting your sales plan and you didn't make your quota. All they want to know is, you pay me. Just like in Goodfellas. Okay? Where's my money? And it was my job to make sure that they had ample enough money to pay their bills and then some. And in doing that, I got paid and then some. Okay. So I used anger. There were so many times that when we weren't hitting our sales numbers, I would take them in a room and I would put my foot up their ass to the point where I got reprimanded for it because it was so loud. And those of you that have been following me for some time know that I'm a cancer survivor. And the cool thing is I can actually talk about cancer now because I know in retrospect that talking about it is not necessarily manifesting it. You have to have a fear of it. You have to have a fear of manifesting that. And that's not there anymore. So I would take them in a room and I would literally, read them their rights. And I realized that over time, that anger, that adrenaline that was going on, most likely contributed to causing the cancer. See, your body gets degraded when you allow yourself to go into these places. I didn't hit that restream. How are you guys doing? When you allow yourself to get in this place right here, it affects your body. It affects your body. It degrades the quality of life that you live because you're upset all the time. You're not in a good space. Your frequency is all over the place and you're projecting. And you're also bringing down the quality of life for those around you. Anger is not a cool thing. It can get you through certain situations. Obviously, we're human beings. When things happen, you get angry. But if me getting sick or sharing with you that over the course of time, prolonged triggeredness and aggravation like that caused me to get sick, then maybe that's why I'm here. Maybe that's why I survived it, because this message is getting to somebody who is in the midst of being who I was and doesn't know that you're killing yourself faster than you are dying. So you gotta let it go. Gotta learn how to breathe that shit out and let that anger go. Don't be triggered. The other day, Jen and I were on the road and we ran out of gas. And normally, something like that would be something that would trigger somebody because you're in a rush, you're on your way somewhere. Okay. And normally I would be triggered by something like that. Right. But it's starting, I realized that night it's starting to sink in. I said, I got to do a live stream about that. It's starting to sink in. I'm starting to learn. I'm starting to actually internalize the damage that I do when I get like that. And I didn't get triggered. Instead, I kept a cool, calm head. And because of that, we were able to put some gas in it from the back and move the car, shake it up a little bit because we were on a hill because it wouldn't start because Jen was trying to start, it wouldn't start. And I had the presence of mind to think, let me shake the car so we can shake the gas around and hit spark plug. And needless to say, it got started. But had I been triggered and running around in anger and not being just present in the moment and allowing my emotions to sway me this way and that way, and why wasn't gas in the car? And hasn't this happened one too many times? If I had stayed on those thoughts, then my mind would not have been clear to receive the, hey, shake the car will start, put the gas. So you got to learn how to refocus. And one of the ways to do that is something that I mentioned yesterday. You got to retrain your brain from the inside out, from your subconscious. And you train your subconscious subliminally. Listen to healing affirmations when you're sleeping. Put a headset on. I know it sounds like a pain in the ass, but do it because it's worth it. It changed my life. And listen to Dauchsy Meditations. I put a link in yesterday's stream. I'll put another one in today's stream. Find one of his affirmation videos, to one of his sleep affirmation videos that triggers that targets emotional stability, being at ease, being at peace. He's got one that called Be at Peace. I've listened to that one a few times. I've listened to so many of his that I literally have some of them memorized. And that's good. Because if you have positive affirmations in your mind, guess what? Your mind gets full of those positive affirmations and not so much of the bullshit. See, if you're going to get rid of the bullshit, you got to replace it with something. Otherwise, it's just going to come back. So you have to learn positive affirmations. That's the point of them. Because your mind can start to chew. It's like Pac-Man. Your mind can start to chew on that and feed you that instead of negativity. I'm pissed off right now. No, it's okay. It's a situation. I'm me. This is the situation. I'm separate from that. Let's see how we figure this out. Instead of focusing on the problem, let's focus on a solution. That's what your first initial response should be. Is it? No, because it takes practice. You're not just going to overnight listen to this and use it. You're going to take it in, maybe, hopefully, and start listening and retraining your brain while you're sleeping, because that works like I am literally still alive to this day because of that. Because had I not done that, the PTSD from the cancer would have resurfaced, and I would have started that whole fear thing. And probably I would have gone into some type of, reoccurrence. But I'm driving this car now, not my mind. Okay? And your mind can feed you signals that will trigger an emotional response called anger. And next thing you know, your actions are a result of that. And after repeated actions in anger, your body will eventually let you know what you did by manifesting cancer, high blood pressure. Let's see what else. A host of things, hypertension, okay, which leads to you taking a bunch of pills that you don't need. Okay, that pill is a mental pill that you need to take. Okay, shout out to Anthony King. Thank you for that. I figured let me check in on the chat, right? Shout out to JJ. Thank you, baby. I love this. I'm going to plan and come on. Okay, sweetie, because she's working right now. So if you can make it, fantastic. Anthony King, good to see you, my brother. Haven't talked to you in a minute. But you know I keep you in the loop. Anything I make, I always send it to you on Instagram and stuff like that. I'm doing a lot of TikToks now too. But yeah, midday mayhem or midday Meltdown is something that I'm doing Monday through Friday from 12, and I'm capping myself at 2 p.m. If it goes to 1, so be it. If I'm on here 15 minutes and I'm making a good point, so be it. But I'm not going to go past 2. But 12 o'clock is when it starts every day. And then Tuesday nights, I do my Tuesday Takeover, which is a reality TV live stream focusing on 90 Day Fiance, which you may already know about. And then I'm on Meatless Mondays on Jen's channel. So, but thank you. Welcome back. But yeah, so I learned personally, and you see the subscribers, dude? You see those subscribers? Because Anthony King is like a day one for me. Look at that, dude. Huh? We're getting up there, right? I think when I was doing them before, when I was talking about the Ball family, I think I had maybe, let's see, 200 and something. Yeah. But just within the past few months, we're going to hit that K, Anthony. We're going to hit that K, and then it's onward and upward from there, bud. We're right there on the bubble. We're over the halfway mark. Speaking of triggers, you know, I was at 220 subscribers, and shout out to the J Crew, one of which Anthony King is a part of. Shout out to the J Crew. You guys are absolutely amazing. And every one of you that has hit that subscriber button, including Queen last night. Hey, Janetta. I don't know if you're able to be listening right now, but one of Jen's coworkers, Janetta, came on and she became 580. And I appreciate all 580 of you so much. And if each one reaches out to just one person, we're at that 1,000. So it can happen, and it can happen relatively quickly. But I'm thankful for the ones that I have. And I know the universe is going to bless me with more. So, yeah, you know, again, today's topic is don't be triggered. You know, if I had let me being stagnant at 220 subscribers trigger me, I would have just left YouTube and said, the hell with it. I can't do that. No, it takes consistency and patience. That's another Dauchsy affirmation, sleep meditation, patience. Pull some of those out and listen to them in your sleep for 30 days, and you will see a difference in your demeanor from the inside. Because anything can happen out here. When you start to learn to control what's going on in here, that's when in here will be at ease and you won't get any dis-ease. It's a real thing. The same thing holds true for depression. You know, you lose a loved one, you lose a job, things aren't going your way, you're financially strapped. It can get depressing. It can get to a point where you feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, there's no way out, and how are you even going to make it through this? Well, I'm here to let you know you will. Okay? You will. It will pass, just like everything else, just like our bodies, just like time, just like anything. It will pass. You know? There is nothing in this world that is worth your sanity and worth your emotional and physical and spiritual well-being that is worth losing yourself for. And when I say losing yourself, I mean letting your mind get you so wrapped up in thoughts of what has happened to people before and you before and what could happen in the future again. And it all comes back to this: being in the moment. Being in the moment and being present is what keeps those things from happening. If you constantly focus on, you know what, right now, I'm a millionaire. Internally, I'm wealthy on the inside. And keep saying that to yourself and saying, my bank account doesn't show it right now, but money is coming my way. A financial windfall is coming my way. And truly believe that. And you can cheat. When's the last time you won the lottery? Or when's the last time something you found $20 or somebody gave you money that you didn't expect? It's happened to us all. Put yourself in the state of mind and feeling that you were when that happened. And if you can conjure that feeling now, even without it happening, that's what's going to attract it to you like a magnet. I'm actually doing it as we speak. And it's so wild because I can see dollars coming towards me. That's so crazy. That's so I don't know where it's coming from. But yeah. And you can see I'm overcome with positive emotion. So it's okay to be overcome with positive emotion because positive emotion brings your frequency up. And the more you can do that, the more positive things come to you. The more you do the other thing, and the more you're sitting there in a room and you're looking like this, or you're screaming at someone from the top of your lungs like that. Hatred. That's another thing. Okay. What do you get out of hating something or someone? All hatred is rejection of something that's not like you. It's not you, so it doesn't look like you, it doesn't sound like you, so you're rejecting it. And I purposely chose this picture because you don't know what race this person is, because it doesn't matter. All of us have light palms. But you don't know whether this person's white, black, green, blue, because it doesn't matter. Hatred comes from within. It has nothing to do with what's on the outside. It shouldn't. Anyway, you want to hate something? Hate. Hate. Okay. And then once you're finished hating hate, get rid of that because that's a negative emotion. Don't even hate. Don't forget to try to get in a gallon of water every day. Your body will love you for it. Walmart sells 40 packs for like $5-6. 16.9 ounces. Drink 8 of these a day. That's a gallon. Put yourself on a timer. Drink one every hour or one every 2 hours. And at the end of the day, you will have drank a gallon of water. And trust you me, you will see some extreme health benefits from that. Not to mention, you'll probably drop a few pounds of unwanted weight if you have that. And if you don't, hey, you'll at least be cleansing. So don't get triggered. Triggers are absolutely not healthy for you. Anthony King says, I know, and I keep sending them. It's always love and respect. Oh, thank you, Anthony. Growing for real. Congratulations. Yes, getting up there. You are absolutely welcome. And I love it. If you're the only person that is listening to me right now besides Jen, then I'm speaking to you. And I'm glad to do that. I don't need 100 people in my live stream. It's nice. It's cool. It's cool when that happens and we have the interaction. But if one person shows up and I affect that person's day, which that day could possibly in that moment be so powerful that it does affect the rest of their life, then God damn it, that's why I'm here. That's why I survived. That's why I was meant to still be here. I plan on touching some people before I finally decide, okay, yeah, let's roll out. I'm done. I can't move. I can't walk. I can't see. And hopefully I don't feel that till I'm about 90 years old. Living with the blindness. That triggered in me fear. Fear is another emotion that can be triggered. And again, we have nothing to fear but fear itself. Because fear is more debilitating than anger. Okay? Anger at least is something that will fire you up. Fear paralyzes you. Don't be triggered by fear. Fear is one of the worst things that you can allow to trigger you because it stifles you. You don't want to do anything. COVID did that to some people. COVID created agoraphobia for a lot of people. I mean, they were literally afraid to walk out their door for fear of getting sick. But when you walk in a confidence of knowing first and foremost that if you do things for your body, like not letting it be triggered constantly, your body will reward you with health. You can drink things, take things that are natural, like the moringa I was talking about. Okay. The moringa I drink every day. Okay. I drink 2 teaspoons of moringa every day faithfully. And I have not gotten sick in 5 years because why? It improves your immune system. It has made my immune system ironclad. I'm going to share something that, I don't know if YouTube is going to censor this or what, because it seems to be that the vaccine is a touchy subject. I am not vaccinated. And I refuse to be, because I feel like my immune system is already ironclad naturally. I have been exposed. We had a visitor, a couple of people come in the house right around Christmas time, that when they left and went back home, we found out 2 days later that they were diagnosed with COVID. They were in our house. We hugged them. Did not get sick. Did not get sick. Haven't been sick in 5 years. Been exposed to COVID, not vaccinated, have not been sick. Now you tell me that my immune system isn't ironclad. Have not taken one pill. All I do is drink moringa every day. I've seen YouTube videos. Yeah, it's a lot of hype. Bullshit. I am here to tell you firsthand that it is not hype, because I'm living it. I'm still here. I have not gotten sick. So that's me personally. I don't know if it's going to affect everybody that takes it that way, but I am truly blessed to notice that from the time I've been taking that, which was the end of 2017 to now, I have not gotten sick, and I have been exposed, and I am not vaccinated because I don't feel the need to be, because I know, see what's happening here? This is knowing. There's power in knowing. Knowledge is power only when it's applied. I know moringa improves your immune system. So what do I do with that knowledge? I use it. I drink it, and look what happens. The benefits are there. If I do sneeze or something like that, or if I feel like, there has been times, don't get it twisted. There has been times where it's like, okay, am I feeling a little under the weather? It does not last. It lasts maybe a few hours. Yeah. Because whatever's going on is, get out of here. No. Okay. So if it hits me, it's gone. It does not manifest. And that's also because in my mind, I know the human body is meant to heal itself and will heal itself. And I am moringa is running through my veins. So whatever this is will be gone. And it happens. So instead of manifesting cancer and illness, what am I doing? You have the power to do that. But when you are allowing yourself to be triggered by somebody calling you nigger, or somebody saying bitch, or somebody saying, you suck, or whatever, somebody cutting you off in traffic, if you allow those things to trigger you, I don't have enough money to pay my electric bill. If you allow that to trigger you, you won't come up with a solution of how there's other ways that you can get it paid. You won't come up with how, leverage and things like that. You won't come up with a solution. It's a very fine line to walk. It's hard. Not everybody can do it, but if you practice it every day, listening to those affirmations while you're sleeping, taking a deep breath when you feel yourself getting angry and letting it out slowly and feeling your body get into a relaxed mode, because that happens automatically, Take a deep breath in through your nose if you feel like you're getting triggered by any of one of those emotions that's negative. Take it in, hold it for a second, and I can tell you something. If you do that repeatedly, it's almost like getting high. I mean, legit, I shit you not. It's almost like your body gets in this extreme relaxed state. You can't even control it. And I love that. And it allows you to pause. Take a minute and then move forward, because you're going to move forward anyway. I used this analogy yesterday, and I'm going to use it again today because it so applies. If you had the opportunity where all you could do for the rest of your life was eat one thing, and you were going to get up and you were going to have to go through life eating this one thing, and either way, because we were talking about fear of death, and it's like, it's inevitable. You're going to die anyway. So in the meantime, why would you spend your time eating shit instead of something that tastes good? if it's going to happen anyway. So now you've not only died, but you've also wasted all the time that you were here worried about it, scared of it, angry, triggered, having a shitty time of life. And if you're not having a shitty time, keep being triggered. It will eventually manifest things that keep triggering you. It's a magnet. You are nothing more than a magnet. And you have frequencies. And when you keep being emotional, and I'm emotional right now, but it's good emotion. It's good emotion. You know, you attract that what you are. So stop attracting bullshit. Stop eating shit. Stop worrying about things like death. Stop worrying about somebody calling you a name. Stop worrying about anything. Worry is bad. Worry is like a rocking chair, keeps you busy, gets you nowhere. Remember that? Yeah, it's true. It doesn't accomplish a damn thing other than making you feel like crap. And why would you want to feel like that? Okay? Life is too short for that shit, man. You're only here for 5 minutes. Don't waste that 5 precious minutes feeling bad. Don't be triggered. Learn to control that. Whatever that negative emotion is that you feel racing towards you because you've been triggered. When you feel it racing, remember this conversation if you're fortunate enough to be here. Try to remember, try to recall and say, oh, what did she say? And I'm doing it. I feel it. Okay. Because guess what? I don't have to do it for myself. Okay. I'm a human being. I'm going to, like Rocky did in Balboa. Remember that? What did you tell the kid? He got up. Okay. What did you say in the live stream? Breathe, bitch, breathe. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's move forward here and keep it moving. I'm going to have to remind myself because I'm a human being. We are human, you know? So yeah, nobody's got it all figured out. We are all learning. Each one teach one. That's why I make these streams. Because if something that I learned that helped me can help you, that's what the hell I want to do. Buddha, girl, where you been at? What's up, baby? Okay, so check this out. I've been talking to Carlos, Buddha, from 60 days in. I reached out to him on Instagram. We had almost an hour-long conversation the other day. And of course, everything he told me, I can't say. But he gave me a lot of tea, and he's like Karen, he's going to come on the show at some point. So he said he'll keep me posted when the coast is clear. But yeah, I told him about you. I said, yeah, one of my listeners has, inspired me to watch the show. And I was impressed by you. I was impressed by your, and that was weird because leaders always emerge. And when I did a little bit of time for the suspended license thing, which I said on air before, that happened to me. They wanted to make me the dorm leader simply because I had that demeanor. And I had been a leader all my life. Well, not all my life, but I had managed teams and things like that. So that comes out. That automatically just is who I am, you know. But I'm a follower as well. And if you are a leader that is worth following, I will follow you. You know, some of the best leaders are even better followers. Okay. Because that's how they learn, you know. And so, yeah, expect to see Carlos on here at some point, girl. And you did that. I wouldn't have even been watching that show. So yeah, what I'm doing is this is called the Midday Meltdown, and it's going to be every day, Monday through Friday, starting at 12 o'clock. And I'm going to go through till I get tired of talking, basically, and I'm going to cut it off at 2, so I won't go past 2 hours because I need to start, doing some other stuff in the afternoon. But yeah, every day. And any topics you guys want me to address, let me know. Okay, because trust and believe, sister girl, I've been through it all. I've been on this planet for a couple minutes. So, if there's a situation that you want to talk about that you think I might be able to help you with, put it out there on the table. Be vulnerable. That's one of the reasons I'm doing the stream, because I was on IC Green the other day and I went on his chat, and next thing I know, he's doing this live stream, but he kept getting engrossed in my comments, and we end up having a dialogue back and forth, and other people benefited from that, from seeing that. And it was about being LGBT. Well, he did a transgender. It was a transgender live stream addressing that situation and how they're treated, and is it a real thing, and why do they do that, and that type of thing. And we ended up getting off into my life story, about how I got married and all of that. But and I will maybe we can talk about some of that tomorrow. But yeah, if you have something, trust and believe. I don't, been there, done that. So if it's something that I have personally experienced and I can offer you any advice, send some people here. Let's have a couple of therapy sessions in the afternoon on our lunch breaks. You know what I'm saying? People need more streams like this. And I love his stream. I've missed the past couple in the mornings. But shout out to IC Green. It's an amazing stream. But yeah, send people here at 12 o'clock on their lunch break. If they just want to vent, just want to get some shit out, that's what I'm doing it for. I'm trying, baby girl. Yeah, Carlos is crazy, and I mean that in the best way, in a good way, because he's not, the tyrant that they make him out to be. He's a leader, don't get me wrong, that's who he is. But they paint him, in my opinion, kind of in a bad light. You know what I mean? They almost make it seem like he's some type of dictator, or he's like this drug dealer that's just, stirring up trouble. And that's not who he is, and he works with a lot of let's put it this way, the caring version of Carlos that you see that cares about like Deshaun and stuff like that, that's who he is. That's who he is. He's a very caring, supportive individual. And and as you can see, he keeps it real. He didn't have to respond to me in the DMs. I went on his live stream and I said, hey, come on my live sometime. He said, yeah, I'm down with that. So I wanted to see if he was full of shit, and I went in his DMs, and he actually video called me. And I'm like, wow, okay. And he's a truck driver. He's driving his truck. He's talking to me, So really cool, Shout out to Carlos. Shout out to Trinity. And he said that, I'll get you interviews with all of them. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, he's a real cool dude. Real cool dude. But see, that's what like attracts like. And when you are, and I saw myself in him, that's one of the reasons I reached out. I'm like, damn, that reminds me of when I was only in there for a few weeks, but that reminds me a lot of how I was. I wasn't as aggressive as him in some of those things, because he was in a way different environment than I was. I was in there with a bunch of chicks, but that could be crazy too. And Trinity reminds me of me, because then they a couple of them was on a sister, and I'm like got caught up in some things, but that's a whole nother story. You know what I mean? Couple of them, I had no hair on my head. I had my hair all cut off. I mean, like literally an inch from my head. You know what? Hold up. All right. I'm gonna try to get it in the camera. You see that? There's a glare on that. Yep. Inch from my head. Looks like a mugshot, right? So yeah, well, I'm a barber, so I was always cutting my hair off. But yeah, I was a real little boy. I will always be a little boy. That's just who I am. But I'm also a little girl. I'm me. I'm whatever. I don't have labels, And that was one of the things that we talked about with on IC Green Stream, the whole label thing, especially when with regards to it was a conversation about like people being non-binary and things like that. Listen, here's the thing, and this is what I just talked about. This is temporary. So, you can look at it both ways. And I'm going off on a tangent, but that's what this stream is about, because talk about being triggered. Somebody being transgender or LGBTQ triggers other people, If you're homophobic, that's going to trigger you, just seeing someone like that. And the fact that Ellen Page became Elliot Page, some people are triggered by that. Well, Ellen Page or Elliot Page, shout out to Elliot Page, is who they are. What gives me the right to judge the fact that they want to change something that's temporary anyway? Okay. But if he felt the need to change his body to match who he was on the inside, then so be it. Who am I to judge that? If that's what he needed to make his life feel more fulfilled, then so be it. Me personally, I'm probably just as much of a little boy on the inside as Elliot Page, but I don't feel the need to actually change my body behind it. I'm someone who, and that's another thing. People think just because someone is transgender means that they are gay. That there are two totally different worlds. Two totally different worlds. You have transgender people that like their own, like if a man became a woman, he could be a lesbian. For real. Speaking about labels, he could still like women, but he just feels like he's a woman on the inside. It has nothing to do with sexuality. It has everything to do with who you feel like you are on the inside. Who knows? Back in the day, maybe I would have done it. At this stage in my life, hell no. I am what I am now. I'm just going to go out like this. You know what I mean? I might have even done something like that. When I was, maybe 30 years ago, yeah, I might have done that. Why not? I was that much, I was that much into who I was at that time that I probably would have done that. But who I am today, and I love it because we are ever changing. Who I am in this moment does not have the need to do that, So to each his own. Yeah, Trinity is cool. He went to an event that she was DJing at a couple nights ago, and they went live. And apparently, she is a fire ass DJ. She had everybody fired up. So that was real cool. It was a convention, and they had her on as a DJ. And yeah, I went on there and I'm like, hey, Carlos, hey, Trini. She's like, hey, what's up? He's like, yeah, she's a video editor. I'm like, oh, wow, I'm really dialed in, So I'm like, okay, this is cool, But yeah, hopefully we can talk to Trinity too, especially with her being family and all, you know what I mean? That would be a cool thing. That would be a real cool thing. I'll reach out, and see what she says. All she can say is no, we're gonna keep it moving regardless, right? And yeah, Karen still says, we gotta be patient. We gotta be patient. I don't let stuff like that trigger me. The fact that these people are even talking to me, that's a really cool thing. That means their head is not out in the clouds somewhere. I'm not intimidated by their celebrity. They put their pants on one leg at a time like I do. And they are not so far gone that they can't reach out and talk to somebody like me who they acknowledge, hey, I'm just a human being like you are. I'll talk to you. I'm keeping it real. So, yeah, I love those people. I love those people. We are all equal. COVID, again, I always say this, COVID proved that. COVID didn't care whether you were black, white, fat, skinny, rich, poor. It was going to take you out if it was going to take you out, you know? But yeah, triggers are dangerous, especially when they are pointed inward. Okay. Don't let somebody else trigger you, but damn sure don't trigger yourself. And triggering yourself is basically allowing someone else to trigger you, because we are all one. Okay. But when you think about things that happened in the past and project what you think might happen negatively in the future, you are triggering yourself. When you see somebody else do something, either whether it's to somebody else or towards you, and you feel some kind of way and you have to allow that to well you up with emotion, is that productive? No. The only thing it's producing is sickness and dis-ease in your body. And that will eventually manifest. So triggers, being triggered is dangerous. Don't do it. Okay. And I'm probably going to go ahead and end this there so that I can go ahead and hey Buddha, are you on IG? And if so, are you following me and I just don't know that it's you? Like, are you Buddha 1000 everywhere? And are you on TikTok? Because follow me on Instagram and TikTok, because I post a lot on there. I don't post as much on YouTube. I've basically just whittled my YouTube down to doing live streams. I don't create as much content on here, edited content. I do that on TikTok and Instagram. So if you are on there, yeah, let me check the comments. If you're on there, let me know what your handle is so we can follow each other, and then you can get some of my content that I put out, or we can DM. What? Okay. Well, all right, all right, all right. I just watched Magic Mike. You know what made me watch that? I watched this guy is on TikTok called Will Parfit, and apparently he legit is Channing Tatum's twin. He is his brother from another. I mean, he looks just like Channing Tatum. And he is the real life Magic Mike, because he has gotten a career as a stripper now, because he looks so much like him and is built like him. And he does these Magic Mike routines. People think he's Channing Tatum. People think he's Channing Tatum. So I'm like, I never saw that movie because probably I'm not into male strippers. So, but I enjoy a good rom-com or a comedy or something. So I'm like, there was a lot of hype about that a few years back. And now this guy's getting all this hype. He's got 6 million followers, more than Channing Tatum himself. And I was intrigued by that. So I'm like, okay, let me see what all the hype about Magic Mike was. So I, pulled it up on YouTube and I watched 1 and 2, and that was a crazy movie. That was a crazy, crazy movie. And Channing Tatum now is making children's books. Talk about a weird turn of events, right? There's a picture of him on Instagram in a tutu. And the name of his book that he made is called Sparkella, and I think it's for his daughter or something like that. What's with these guys? Andre on 90 Day Fiance, making his daughter on a YouTube channel. I'm like, these guys are exposing their little girls, man. They're exploiting them. But I mean, to each his own. If he wants to, if he's proud of his daughter, but we know he's doing it for money, because that's who he is. I'm not judging. That's just who he is. It is what it is. The Power of Now. I love that book. It is what it is. As soon as you get okay with that, things are what they are, which is why you should not allow yourself to be triggered, because that's not going to change anything. It's not going to make anything happen any faster or any slower if you're triggered. But what will happen is if you allow yourself to breathe and stay in the moment, your mind and your body will work together to come up with a solution. That if you're triggered, you block that. So there are benefits to learning how to not be triggered, not just health benefits, mental and spiritual benefits as well. Are you coming tonight, Buddha? I think we might be able to get Roe in there tonight. Anthony King, come to the Tuesday takeover. I will be on at 7, between 7 and 7:30. I try to come on at 7, but sometimes it's 7:30. So we'll aim for 7. And if it's not, I'll put the live stream out. I'm going to try to get the restream loaded up by like 5 so that I can put that out and maybe give people even more notice than what I normally do. Okay, awesome. So I will see you guys tonight. And if this stream helped anybody today, then I'm grateful for that. That's what I want to do. And that's why I'll be here every day at 12 o'clock. So peace and blessings to everyone. If you want to support in any way, that is greatly appreciated. That is my Venmo at Dawn-James-75. And Cash App is #J, capital J, NJ Video. And PayPal is PayPal me at JNJ Video. PayPal.me. So much appreciated. And hey, Buddha, we moving up, baby. Wait a minute. Nope, not 579. 580. Yep, we're at 580. So we're moving. Jen has been killing it. She has dipped in so many pools, and she has asked people to subscribe, and she has pulled in probably close to 20 subscribers within the past week and a half. So I appreciate you, Jen, so much. Thank you. I keep hitting that. I'm going to have to delete that. So you guys, thank you for coming. And if this helps anybody, good. Peace and blessings, guys. See you tonight.